The war of idea never ceases. The things we believe in alter our perceptions, actions, and reality. The systems we build are a reflection of who we are. In America, we get to be different, and our diversity is what drives us to be the world leader across various fields. When we recognize our differences as assets rather than burdens, we can truly advance ourselves and the world. In education, grades are typically assigned based on individual performance, but as the world gets more connected, it's becoming more clear that we rise or fall together, and when in-groups are created, the out-group falls behind and we may never know. That doesn't just happen in academics. People fall behind financially, physically, socially, emotionally, spiritually, and we may never know. Our spirits are lifted when we lift another up. However, in a zero-sum artificially constrained system, such as the one created by the curved grading system, we are forced to make choices. My grade and my learning or my friend's learning. We are caught up in the illusion that somehow helping our peers would deter our own learning. Throughout my 4.5 years as a student at the University of Washington, I was devastated when I saw how academic competition deteriorated physical and mental health, fractured relationships, and teared into the social fabric to an extent such that some students committed suicide. It only takes one person reaching out to stop a suicide. To all of our detriments, that one person is becoming increasingly rare as we lend our attention to increasingly dazzling and captive screens rather than each other. Social isolation can be lethal, and the metaphorical and literal distance we are putting between each other is killing us. Of course, it was not just academic competition, but a variety of factors that has stopped people from having healthy relationships based on genuine dialogues. The rise of Marxist ideology, technology, and fear-mongering has polarized much of this nation and the student body to a point many do not feel safe about expressing their opinions. Synergistic grading, as explained in the link guide that I have created with the help of several UW-affiliated collaborators, recognizes that learning is an inherently social activity. It explicitly rewards students for activities that build social capital, improve learning outcomes, and puts students in a win-win situation when they collaborate on open platforms. My whole premise for changing the way we grade is its analog for how our economy works. People should be paid to do the right things. In this instance, the pay is grades, which has no material basis for any kind of constraint. Engaging in service for another can often be the most purposeful and fulfilling thing in a person's life. In explicitly rewarding givers through synergistic grading, we show that you achieve greatness not solely based on your personal success on assignments and tests, but also based on how you enabled others to succeed. It teaches us to value that what is good for ourselves is good for others. It is not independence and competition that builds cities, advance science, and feeds the poor. It is codependency and cooperation. Working with rather than against each other will almost invariably produce better outcomes. We should all be above survival. Rather than helping each other out or reach our baselines for survival, we compete with each other for vain things like power, social validation, and material possessions. Somewhere along the line, people have decided that appearing to be good somehow outweighed being good and doing good. We all want to be taken care of, and we all want to be loved. But we have to recognize that love and self-sacrifice are intertwined, and instead of forcing others to give, we should create policies and propose systemic changes that empower us to give. We need to shift from more for me means less for you to more for you means more for me, and to build inclusive systems that consider our humanity. The wealth worth pursuing comes from the social capital gained by expressing love through voluntary giving. We all want to see an end to extreme poverty, equitable education outcomes, access to clean water, air, and energy in a greener world, and freedom on a global level. We will get there if we choose to fight our problems instead of each other, and to pay for activities that support our desired end states of health, happiness, and environmental responsibility. Changing the way we grade could be the first of many endeavors where we radically change our social systems so that lifting each other up and caring for each other is the norm, and when we win together.